Today we'll cut the first feet and flare skirt. It will be a 60 cm long, 8 gore skirt. I'll show you how to cut 8 gores out of the basic pattern. The flare will start on the level of 20 cm from the bottom. When designing a multi-gore skirt, you should be very careful with the over measurements. Imagine you're off by 3 mm and you have 8 seams. That means that you're almost by 2.5 cm off. And now imagine you're off by 5 mm. You drew everything and then put it on and it's too wide or too tight. Disaster. So let's learn how to work with the over measures. Have a look here. In my basic pattern, the tucks are in the middle. So I don't think long and draw a line from the middle of the tuck and then divide the pattern into gores. When you divide the pattern into 3, 4, 6 gores and you need to move the line, but there's a tuck which can be placed anywhere else, do not be afraid. Just move the line and let the tuck be on a gore. Bespoke tailoring gives you freedom. You don't depend on anyone. I watched the advice of stylists on the internet yesterday and thought, thank God I'm on the top of issues. Our wardrobe can consist either of the ready-made clothes, which is hard, or of the self-made clothes. The front side, here is the center. I cut it, and I write here. The side of the front. Here is the center of the back. Of course, it's much more convenient to design the skirt on the basic pattern. The tucks are of different size. When I was studying how to construct the gores, I always had too much here and less than needed here. I draw a line which marks the beginning of the flare part. You choose its level yourself. I decided to make a 20 cm flare. I could make 15 cm, less or more. It doesn't matter. Don't try it. What if I want to make a 25 cm flare? Just do it. What kind of a flare should we make? I decided to use the whole piece of fabric. Now have a look here. That's the front side. So I have 50 extra centimeters here. Divide these 50 centimeters in 4 parts and we get 12.5 centimeters. That's our flare. Here are the bottom line and the edge. Mark 12.5 centimeters. Now pin the pattern here. I want to show you how to use the maximum of fabric we have. Now I mark 12.5 centimeters on the other side of the pattern. And here I mark 12.5 centimeters more. You'll understand why we divided the surplus in 4 parts. I found the surplus and divided it in 4 parts. We'll cut out this gore bell-shaped here and here, and this gore just like that. Draw the line from this level. This line is longer than the first one, so we mark 20 centimeters here and in the middle. Here is our gore. Smooth the angle a bit. Do the same thing here. Do not forget that we need just 20 centimeters here. I want you to understand the technique. Smooth the angle here. We'll make a lot of skirts, so we need to understand how to do it. I make the second gore the same way. We don't need sharp angles. Do the same thing on the other side. We'll cut out the 8 gores, sew them, and then put them on this lady. I cut 1 centimeter more here. I don't need the ruler to do it. Try not to cut more than 1 centimeter. I want you to understand that when you make a feet and flare skirt yourself, you don't depend on anyone or anything. Have a look here. I added 1 centimeter here for the waistband and didn't here. I decided not to add it, so I cut this piece here too. I cut it along the pattern. Sign all the parts, the center of the back, of the front, side on the front, side on the back. Sign all the parts and mark the wrong side, so you won't mix them up. Make the notches on the front side. I'll show you what I have here when I finish tacking. You choose the height and the width of the flare yourself. You'll understand what you like more when you make a couple of skirts. I want to show you everything about the feet and flare skirts in order not to return to this theme again. Of course, you'll have a lot of questions about the sewing technology, but we can't show it so thoroughly. Maybe we'll make a course about the technology of the feet and flare skirt sewing. Here is our skirt, the front side, the back side. I'll tack the last seam, put the skirt on a dummy and show you how it looks like. I think a lot of people will make the feet and flare skirts and dresses in summer. They look very good. I'll leave the opening for the zipper here. Let's have a look at our skirt. It's just tacked for now, not even ironed, but it still looks good. Each gore has 12.5 layers on each side, so we added 25 centimeters to each gore. Very beautiful. This is just the first gore skirt out of many I'm going to show you. This is an 8 gore skirt. Practice, search for a shape, and be different. We are Paukštė Irina and Yastribov Alexei. Subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.